Okay guys, in this video we will be taking a look at a guy claiming that wood is going to be ruined in the next Minecraft update for the dumbest reason. Now, we've looked at quite a bit of bad takes on this channel from people thinking they're game design geniuses, and well, this video is no exception. The title of this video is Mojang is about to ruin wood and comes from Purplers. Now, funnily enough, I've actually looked at some of this guy's other content and it's generally not bad, surprisingly enough. But then again, that's probably due to the fact that in other videos he's not playing armchair intellectual. However, this video we're about to respond to is a whole different story. So sit back, relax, and let's find out together how wood is going to be completely ruined.
Minecraft 1.20 has brought us a new type of wood, bamboo, and it's very different from the other wood types. Up until now, farming wood has always been the same. Plant a sapling, or 4, bone meal it, then chop it down with an axe, or harvest the tree with a big redstone contraption.
Well shit guys, that's quite a big leap here. We went from talking about farming wood by placing a sapling and using an axe, to building a massive, overly complex machine just to harvest wood. I think we missed a few steps here. Spoiler alert, the only reason why he's even mentioning this is because that is the whole basis for his argument. A niche farming method that 99% of players are never going to even think about using. So prepare for some mental gymnastics.
But with bamboo, things are very different. It's almost identical to how you'd farm sugarcane, so it's much cheaper and easier to build than a tree farm.
My brother in Christ, who the fuck is gonna build a fucking tree farm just to farm some wood? I may understand having a contraption like that if you're making a massive wooden mansion which is as big as the main end island or some shit like that, but when it comes to survival Minecraft, where the crux of this guy's argument is, there's no chance in hell you'd need that much wood.
But not only that, bamboo grows really fast and doesn't need bone meal, so it's automatic. No player operation needed.
Hold up. Are you saying that trees need bone meal or else they don't grow? What the fuck is that argument?
This probably sounds pretty nice, right? Bamboo is now the easiest and most convenient source of wood.
It's only the most convenient if you spawn near a jungle, which is a pretty rare biome. But in other cases, nah, not even close.
Well, this is actually a bit of a problem. As a general wood source, bamboo is, dare I say, too good. It kind of invalidates the other wood types. Let me explain. To make a tree farm, you need 5 main things. A leaf crusher, big enough to provide infinite saplings, a piston setup to transport the logs, TNT blast chambers or wither cages to break the wood, a control circuit, and item collection. Oh, and you also need to build some kind of skeleton or moss farm to get the bone meal. To make a bamboo farm, on the other hand, you place a bunch of bamboo, sweep it with a flying machine on a timer, and collect the items. That's it.
Well duh, everyone knows that. Who doesn't build that massive overly complicated contraption every time they play? Some fucking noobs they are. Bro, seriously? So your entire argument for why bamboo is overpowered is because it's easier to build a redstone farm for it? What in the actual fuck is this shit?
No bone meal, no blast chamber, no placing saplings. Now hold on a second. Don't tree farms give you more wood than bamboo? What's the issue?
I think a better question would be, why in flying fuck do you need that much wood where you need to build a massive infinite source of it? And it's clearly not for building, since you clearly don't care what wood type you get. As long as it's wood. Seriously, here's a challenge for anyone playing survival Minecraft. Fill a double chest with logs and just set a timer for how long it takes you to spend it playing normally without using it for building. Like, this point is so fucking stupid.
Yes, they do give you more wood, but there's still a big problem. With tree farms, you have to stop what you're doing and deliberately farm the wood. With a bamboo farm, you get free wood just by being near it. You can go about your business, and over time, you will almost always end up with more wood than a tree farm.
So bamboo is overpowered because it can be automated, is the argument being made here. But that still doesn't answer the question of how the other wood types become completely obsolete. There's only so much you can spend wood for if you're not building, and if you are building, you are going to want to use other wood types. So my point still stands. Why would you want bamboo and only bamboo if you're building a lot, and why would you need that much wood if you're not? Not to mention, if you're at the point where you're building these massive tree farms or searching for bamboo, wood for survival purposes is the least of your concerns.
So now, tree farms really aren't worth the effort unless you specifically want that wood type for your house. But you're probably better off just cutting that wood down manually.
Like, listen to this shit. He's seriously acting like the only reason you'd have a tree farm like this is if you need wood for survival purposes. And if you want it for building, then just cut down the trees manually. But what he doesn't realize is that if we're going by the logic of survival Minecraft, you'd never want to go through the trouble of creating this massive contraption, which includes multiple withers, mind you, if all you want is some fucking wood to craft shit like chests with.
Though then again, manually cutting down bamboo is also easier than cutting down trees, and there's plenty of stuff where the wood type doesn't matter.
Plenty of stuff where wood type doesn't matter, yet everything he showed are things you would either never craft if not for decoration, or never have more than a small number of. Not to mention, the most expensive item among these is the chest, and even then, number 1, it takes 2 logs to craft one, and number 2, just count how many of those you have in your world. Definitely not enough to have an infinite tree farm for supplying them, don't even lie. Not only that, but if you have too many, it becomes a bitch to sift through them, even if they're organized, so yeah.
So you'd be crazy not to use bamboo. Having a bamboo farm also means you can make scaffolding, an essential building tool.
This is probably the only point I'd somewhat agree on, but even then, how much scaffolding do you realistically need? A lot, sure, but an infinite supply? Definitely fucking not.
So basically, bamboo is now the most versatile plant in the entire game. Before bamboo wood, there was no clear best wood farm to build, because it always depended on your needs and how much time you were willing to spend building it. But with how cheap, easy and versatile bamboo farms are, now there is a clear best choice.
So he says that the player's needs, meaning what they want to build, are a factor for what wood type they want. Yet then he brushes it off to the side and says that because bamboo exists, that it's a clear winner and that this is no longer a factor. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
Oh my god, Purple, why are you so against making the game easier? If you hate bamboo wood that much, then just don't use it and let us have fun, you nerd.
Said literally nobody. Like, this is the part of the video where he tries to predict what counter-arguments he's going to get. But he completely misses the obvious, like, how do you do that?
Well, no. I don't hate bamboo wood, and I'm not opposed to making the game more convenient either. But when something is so decisively better than the alternatives, then we have a problem. It wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened in Minecraft. Take player transportation, for example. The fastest ways to travel used to be redstone, ice, horses, potions, ender pearls, minecarts, and boats. They all had their ups and downs. Redstone, ice, and minecarts required lots of repetitive building. Potions needed lots of brewing. Breeding a fast horse was tedious, and it could still die. There was balance. But then came the Elytra, which utterly crapped on these other modes of transport. You didn't need to build anything, and you could move much faster in any bloody direction. There was no need for specialized horizontal or vertical travel. What I'm saying is, bamboo is kind of the Elytra of wood.
Holy fucking shit, this is painful. Literally every single one of these Minecraft game design armchair intellectuals always comes back to the Elytra. However, this is not a valid comparison. Travel is something you need to do in Minecraft if you want to progress or acquire different items. Wood for crafting outgrows its usefulness. You only need so many chests, bookshelves and whatnot. Travel, on the other hand, is unavoidable. Therefore, while the Elytra is a clear winner in its category, bamboo is not, since the only reason you'd ever have a farm for mass producing wood to this extent is if you're building. And if you're building, you will want different wood types. Like seriously, this is not rocket science.
It's reasonably fast, convenient, and automatic. There are a few fully automatic tree farms as well, but they're very slow by tree farm standards. The latest mangrove trees are a nightmare to farm, since they have really fuzzy growth conditions, they have a random chance to generate beehives, which in Java Edition can't be moved, and they use an egregious amount of bone meal.
But he's the expert, guys. Also, does this guy genuinely think that you can't get trees in any other way than farming them with a redstone machine? Like, He starts a Minecraft world, walks up to a tree and is just like, well, I guess the game is impossible. This whole video is the equivalent to that Under the Mayo Ultrakill shit, where he was saying that the game is bad because he chose to play it with the worst weapon and refused to do anything different no matter how much the game screamed it at him. And then we have this guy out here acting like you must have a tree farm to get wood. This is honestly pathetic.
It's also worth mentioning that a lot of people play on Spigot or paper servers, which break a lot of redstone, including TNT dupers, so you'd have to use wither cages instead, or break the wood manually anyway, which makes tree farms even less appealing. Tree farms only have one real advantage, but it's rather limited. They're more lag-friendly, so the fastest ones won't bring your server to its knees. A giant bamboo farm will do this, but this is only relevant for the most hardcore technical servers, so the 0.1% of players who would actually build these complicated, maxed out tree farms in survival. Who in the right mind would build this when they can just spam bamboo and still get all the wood they need?
Counterpoint. Who would build a farm using a resource from a rare biome when they can just manually cut down common trees and get all the wood they need? And this is what makes this argument so fucking retarded. We're talking about unconventional redstone farms, where the whole purpose is to exploit the game's mechanics. So, this is literally like saying that zombie piglins ruin gold, because a zombie piglin farm is easier to build and more efficient than a mining machine. These are the levels of desperation we're reaching. Now, I'm gonna speed this next part up because he just talks about ways to fix this non-issue and it doesn't really add anything to his arguments. I mean shit, we're talking about fixing something, but the whole argument for why it's bad is a very niche scenario that only a microscopic amount of people are going to find themselves in. And he acknowledges this is the case, yet still thinks this video is a good idea to publish.
I think just the existence of bamboo wood is fundamentally problematic. Or, as unsatisfying as it sounds, they could just do nothing. And slowly but surely, nerds like me will get used to it.
I mean dude, the entire point of these massive redstone contraptions is to exploit the game. You're literally using TNT dupers in your tree farms to exploit the game by creating infinite TNT. But I just find it hilarious how something like a simple automatic chicken farm for infinite food, which is also clearly the best in its category going off this guy's logic, that is perfectly fine, but infinite wood from a simple bamboo farm is crossing the line. This is so hypocritical and this guy doesn't even realize it. And this is just one example. You can literally find infinite fucking examples of this shit if you go looking for it, trust me.
Just like we did with Elytra. That's just my take though. Feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments. Huge thanks to Activation, Floppy Donkey and Hapter for help with this video. And just a reminder, 83% of you are not subscribed, so subscribe.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that this video was worked on by 4 people and it still ended up this bad, or the fact that this guy thought it was a good idea to publish. But with that, we're finally done with this complete mess of a video. So yeah, I think I've said pretty much all I have to say, so not much more to say here. Be sure to like and subscribe to boost me in the algorithm. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.